the St. Louis Blues off to the second round of these Stanley Cup playoffs, and joining us now, their head coach, Craig Berube. Craig, first off, congratulations on a stellar first round. I mean, going into it, I was like, this has got 7 games written all over it. What do you think the key was to that series for the Blues?
Yeah, thanks a lot. We had it in our minds it was 7 games too. I don't know if there was really one key. I thought it was a real close series. That's a real good hockey team over there. We had to do a real good job against, a lot of their top players for sure. They got a lot of firepower up front. Guys that can skate and score goals. Obviously, they're an aggressive team. But I thought defensively we did a real good job, and I thought really the difference in the series was special teams. I thought our power play did a good job, scored us some big goals, and our penalty kill got better and better as it went along.
Hey, Craig, I want to go back to when you got the job and were named the interim head coach of the Blues. And I know at that time Doug Armstrong was talking about maybe it's time to trade some core players. Obviously, this thing has turned around dramatically since then. What was the first big thing that you had to get fixed when you got in there?
I don't know if there was just one thing, but I think the locker room really had to get fixed, to be honest with you. I don't think that we were going out there night in, night out and really playing and working as a team on the ice. And, we all know if that's not there, it's really tough to win in this league. All the teams are, they're all good and competitive. So, it's important that your locker room is dialed in and you're going on the ice really working and playing for each other. So I think that was the biggest thing.
Craig, somebody I followed really closely this year, Jaden Schwartz emerged as just a difference maker in this series, quite obviously for you. But he had some peaks and some really deep valleys to his game this year. Can you point to kind of a specific aspect of his character? Why is it he's able to kind of stick through it and really emerge as an impact player for the Blues at this critical time of year?
Yeah, he had some ups and downs all year. I think it wasn't as consistent as he wanted it to be, obviously, or us. But he's a hard-working guy, and he stuck with it. He really didn't. He didn't really look for excuses. He just kept working and working, and we stuck with him. We believed in him. He's one of our guys, and obviously he came up really big in Game 5 and Game 6 for us. And if it's not for him, who knows what would happen, right? So, that's on him. He kept up the work ethic and competed and stayed with it, and he ended up getting rewarded.
And I have to ask you about your goaltending situation with Jordan Binnington coming on board. Virtually, really pretty much an unknown quantity at the NHL level. He jumps in, a shutout in his first game, is great down the stretch, and then in this postseason, he was able to handle the ups and downs of that first round. Give me your thoughts, Craig, as someone who's been around this game a long time. You've seen a lot of goalies come and go on what he has been able to do for you.
Yeah, for sure. He came in and he's been a difference maker for sure. I think a couple of years before this year, he's had real good years in the American Hockey League. So he was coming around, but just a little bit later than probably he wanted to be or we wanted him to be. But he's got a really good, cool head about him. Going into the playoffs, I don't think anybody was too worried. We believed in him. He obviously showed that he can do the job at this level. And, even after losses and we put him back in there, his next game was unbelievable. So, mentally, he's really strong and sure of himself, and he's just been an aggressive goalie for us. He challenges and gets out there, plays the puck. He does a lot of good stuff for us. So he played a great series for us.
Coach, with my tongue stuck firmly in my cheek, I'm going to give you an opportunity to take credit for what I thought was probably the most pivotal moment in the series. How did you manage to orchestrate pulling Braden Shen off the ice, who mysteriously gets this, loses the edge on his skates, to get a right-hander out there instead of the left-hander in Tyler Bozak, who makes that remarkable play to the front of the net? Schwartz gets the late goal to seal up Game 5 for you guys. Can you talk a little bit about that moment?
Yeah, he came off, something was up with his skate, I guess. And, Bozak played a real strong series for us. I thought he was a real pivotal player in this series. his line, actually. So they were going out there next, and, you know, it was just a good opportunity to get him out there toward the end of the game and see if he could get something done.
Great moment. Really incredible moment. A lot of fun to watch.
Wow.
This team has been really fun to watch since basically the second half of the season started. You're about to face the winner between the Preds and the Stars. They're playing tonight. I assume you're going to watch the game, Craig. But as the head coach of the Blues and preparing for the next round, what are you going to look for when you watch that game or watch the tape of that game?
Well, it's not so much what I'll look for, like, you know, in depth here tonight. I'll just watch the game and just, you know, just view the game as, you know, anybody would almost tonight. But, you know, tomorrow and see what happens after the game tonight. And a lot like today, we dive into some of these games already that they played with each other and sort of break them down as much as we can. And, you know, just, you know, we know the team's pretty well. We played them a bunch this year, but, you know, just pinpoint some more stuff and just try to dial it in a little bit more.
You hoping it goes 7? Give yourself an extra couple days?
I'm fine with that.
I figured as much.
On the other side of it, too, though, we're all pretty anxious to play again.
I'm sure.
You know, you don't want to sit out too long. You can get a little stale a little bit. So I think it's, you know, we're anxious to get back to it, too. You know, I had the guys there today, and they're all pretty excited about getting going again.
Hey, Craig, before I let you go, I got to ask you, I mean, I know the team song is that Gloria from, like, the 80s there, which was, I remember pretty well. Can you help me get that song out of my head? It's just in my head. It must be ringing in your head as well.
Well, hopefully it stays in there for a while yet.
I thought you might say that.
Yeah. Well, well said by you. Listen, congratulations again on just an incredible turnaround this season and a big win in the first round over the Winnipeg Jets.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Go get 'em, Coach.
All our guys appreciate it, too. Thank you.